I feel like there are quite a few women who have done everything right.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up their own hopes and dreams. They sacrificed for their family. They did everything they were supposed to, and still something happened and the rug was pulled right out from under them. And they were left to support a family on their own. I would regularly talk about how tragic that is, and that there is a need for something to help these women who are wildly undersupported.
Welcome back to Return and Rise. I'm Jane Clayton, Executive Director of Return and Rise, and I'm so excited to have Michelle Call here with me today to just have a conversation about returning to work in this phase of life. Michelle, I'm so happy you're here.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, let's dive right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe some background, and we'll get started there.
Okay, sounds great. I'm Michelle Call. I'm 41 years old. I'm the mother of 3 kids. My husband, Zach, is the president of Capita Financial Network. I am very into fitness. I used to teach fitness classes.
We both love
the same fitness classes. I'm oddly enough into true crime podcasts. I think that's
awesome.
like every woman's Roman Empire, but I'm obsessed with it. Just enjoy being a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a degree in business, and I worked for Zions Bank before I had kids, but I haven't worked in corporate America for about 15 years. So just doing the stay-at-home mom stuff.
Awesome. That's so great. Let's start with how Return and Rise became an idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I have a husband who is very supportive. And as we have been married for the last almost 20 years, we have seen quite a few friends, family members go through really difficult things. And I feel like there are quite a few women who have done everything right.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up their own hopes and dreams. They sacrificed for their family. They did everything they were supposed to, and still something happened and the rug was pulled right out from under them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were left to support a family on their own, where they perhaps didn't have a degree or didn't have a trade or a skill that would allow them to provide for their family. And so Zach and I would regularly talk about how tragic that is, and that there is a need for something to help these women who are wildly undersupported. And so honestly, it just kind of came from conversations about real difficult life situations.
I love this. Obviously, I love it so much. And something that I have noticed as I've been looking around is that this issue is an issue no matter what demographic you find yourself in, whether you are educated, uneducated, or have lots of money or don't have money, or have a husband or divorced or widowed. It really, this phase of life, this gap exists for everyone, no matter where you find yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You and I were chatting earlier, but every year our family tries to reach out and just help families during the holidays and Christmas time. And like you said, there are people all over. It's not necessarily because a spouse died or because they're going through a difficult divorce, although that can be part of it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's just they've run into financial hardship or medical bills, or both people work, but the bills, their income just isn't keeping up with the bills. And so they're trying to find ways to improve their situation, even though they're currently working. And so it's not necessarily people who aren't employed. It can be anyone who's trying to better their situation.
I love that. That's so compassionate of you guys. And that this whole nonprofit, Return and Rise, is such a gift to the community. Do you have a particular story or person who's inspired you as you've created Return and Rise with Zach?
I don't know that there is any one person particularly. I am incredibly inspired by women. I feel like so many times they are bearing the weight of so much of the responsibility, and then also picking up extra if they're trying to, help provide for their family, pay for things, and their spirit, their determination, their willingness to do whatever needs to be done for the sake of their family is inspiring to me.
Yeah, it is inspiring. As I think about the women that I have seen step into careers, step back, it is so inspiring. And really, women are willing to do whatever it takes to put food on the table, right?
Oh, absolutely. They
Yeah.
absolutely are. And I'm in no way saying like, oh, you should want a career or you should want to be a stay-at-home mom. I think that everyone can have their own hopes and dreams, whatever that looks like. I have a friend who's a super successful businesswoman, and she always says in another life, she'd be a stay-at-home mom
Yeah.
so she could make it to all of her kids' stuff. And I have friends who are stay-at-home moms who say, in another life, I would have chased my dreams and I would have done the career and all of that. And so I'm not ever saying like, this is what women should want. I just want women to have the opportunities that they are able to provide for themselves. They're able to provide for their family, and the freedom that gives them. I hope this isn't the case, but I know of situations where women have wanted to get out of abusive marriages but felt very trapped because they didn't have the financial resources to provide for their families, and so they really felt kind of like they were cornered. So I'm hopeful that this will help women in all aspects of life, especially those who might need out for safety.
I love that. Educating yourself and growing and gaining new skills really is empowering, and
Absolutely.
feeling empowered is a way to take the steps you need to get out of difficult situations.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you rather than placing your future in someone else's hand, taking it for yourself and knowing like, I'm going to do everything within my power and control what I can, just knowing that there are things in all of our lives that we don't really have control over, but moving forward with the things that we can control and that we can take charge of. I wish that for all women.
Yeah, I love that. It's been interesting as we've started classes. Something that I've loved to see is that a lot of us have a mindset that we have to know exactly what we're going to do.
Yep.
And it's going to be a 40-hour-a-week job.
Yep.
And it's going to require me to wear business clothes and not see my kids or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it has been so fun to broaden their perspective and show these participants that the sky's the limit. You can try something. You can start a career and decide, I don't like it. And you can quit, and you can decide to go into a different field and see if you like it. And you can advocate for yourself to have flexible hours so that you can drop your kids off at school and pick them up when they're done. So it's been so fun to broaden these participants' perspective on how many opportunities are out there to work and to bring money into your life so that you can pay for the things that you need to pay for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
So we kind of come with this, well, this is what my parents did, or this is where I used to work, and this is all that I know. And so to talk to these people and explain to them, no, there's this opportunity, this is available, you could do this. It's just probably so eye-opening for those participants to realize that it's not the small box they thought it was.
Right. One of my favorite moments, we have one of our first classes is just sharing different careers and what the benefits and downsides are so they can kind of have their mind kind of blown to what's available. And it was so great. Financial services, which is something that Capita Financial Network does, is one of the top things that these participants were interested in. And none of them had ever even heard of the career before.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just so exciting for me to see that these participants are learning and seeing different options that are available that they had truly never heard of before. But yeah, just to speak to how many opportunities are out there. And I hope that anyone that's listening can see that there are so many opportunities, and we just want you to take the first step and use this program that we have to help people re-enter the workplace with confidence and courage and with real skills. It's just a real gift that that's available.
I think when you mention reentering the workplace with confidence, I think that that's a particular challenge for women because I think they undervalue or underassess their own abilities.
100%.
So
every time.
As I've talked to Zach, he'll say, he'll read so much on hiring and all this stuff, and he'll say that a woman won't apply for a job unless she meets 100% of the qualifications. She won't even consider applying.
Yeah.
But a man only has to meet 70% of the qualifications. And he's like, I can figure out the rest.
Sees two and he's like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, exactly.
No big deal.
Where women are like, oh, I don't exactly know how to do that. I probably shouldn't apply. I think that women in general don't realize how capable they are and how much they bring to the table and how much they have to offer. Yeah. And I don't necessarily know how we fix that, but I do love the emphasis on women being confident coming back into the workplace. Like, you can do this. You do have the skill set. And you're managing life at home. And, if anyone can juggle a million things, it's probably you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and another thing I love about our classes is that we do them live and virtual, and we have a cohort. So you're in this group with people just like you.
Yeah.
And it builds confidence. You see, oh, I'm not alone.
Absolutely.
I'm doing this with other people who have their stories a little different, but we're all the same too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just to see there's other people that are trying to work towards this that have some of the same struggles as I do, or maybe something different, but look what they have to offer, what I can bring. So I love that there's the group of them, that they're virtual and the cohort working together. I love that.
What's one thing about Return and Rise that you wish more people understood? So if someone's listening and it's a new idea to them, is there something that you would love to share about Return and Rise and what it offers people?
I think I would want women to know, and not just women, it could be for anyone, but you don't have to be in a situation, you don't have to have experienced the death of a partner. You don't have to be going through a divorce. Maybe you're just wishing, gosh, if I could go back, I would have done things differently, or I wished I'd been a little more prepared, or I wish I had this skill set, and that it's not too late. There's still plenty of time. You can still make a difference. And just being in on the calls for Return and Rise and talking about it, how many people there are that want people to return, that want these women, that want women with this experience. There are jobs available. There are opportunities for you. Don't sit there and think like, oh, well, there's probably not enough for me, or I probably missed out. Just know that the opportunity's there.
I love that. I couldn't agree more that there is so much opportunity available, and mature adults, people who've had a lot of life experience like us, are needed in the workplace.
Absolutely.
We bring perspective and skills that others don't have.
For sure.
And like we talked about, our multitasking is off the hook.
Next level. Yes.
So I agree. I completely agree that there's so much need, and that there are so many different opportunities that whatever you're looking for, you can find. And until you're happy with what you find, you don't have to settle.
Absolutely.
I think that we, as mothers, put ourselves last a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
And it's hard to go, do I like this? How do I feel about this? It's a question we don't always ask ourselves, but there really are opportunities out there for us to be fulfilled, contribute financially, and be available for our families too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I also think it's possible to be grateful for your current situation and be striving towards something else. Like, just because you want something different or want to improve doesn't mean you're not appreciative of where you are or grateful for the opportunity that you do have. You can still hold gratitude for that and want to improve the situation or have more opportunities or more freedom. So I think that is important for women to understand as well.
Yeah. It's interesting. My kids have been so supportive of me returning because I recently returned, and it is an unexpected gift to see.
I love that.
To see them cheering me on and proud of me for doing new things.
Oh, I love that.
And I hadn't thought about that aspect, that they're watching me grow and stretch and try hard things, and I'm always telling them to do hard things and stretch and grow. And now I have been doing those having those opportunities to stretch and grow. And it's been a really fun little side gift.
And it's probably scary. I mean, I haven't worked in corporate America for 15 years, but there are so many, technological things that I think, oh, I would really struggle with that, or I'm not super familiar with that, or even just like health struggles. So I had a brain tumor 13 years ago, and I'm deaf in my left ear. And there are times that, flying on an airplane, I will watch the flight attendant and I'll think, oh, it would be really hard for me to hear people, like a waitressing job that I did in college. Like, oh, I don't think I could do that anymore because I struggle to hear. Like, wondering what would that look like for me now if I was to re-enter the workplace? What are the challenges that I'm dealing with now, aside from the technology, like not knowing a lot of those things and having to learn it? And I feel like you said, you've been such a great example to your kids. And I feel like you have done such a great job. And that's scary to come back and be like, this is new. I don't know how to do this. Can someone, or looking it up, or, maybe it's a YouTube, like watching how to figure it out. I just feel like the experience that you bring is unmatched, but it is daunting to try and keep up with the young folk, the people with less life experience, we'll say.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice of you. And I just think back to everyone has something they're feeling insecure about.
Absolutely.
Everyone has something that they are unsure of. And that is the beauty of the cohort in our classes, is just we share, this is something I need to overcome. And it's so real. So I just want to give a shout out to anyone listening, to face the fear, feel it anyways, and then just do it. Come join us and return and rise with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it's okay that I share this, but you had mentioned in one of your calls that you wanted the participants to write down things that they were good at.
Yeah.
And that it was really hard for them to come up with areas that they excel. And I think, going back to women not being as confident as they should be, we undervalue ourselves. I would assume every single one of those participants has a laundry list of areas that they excel, or that they have good qualities, but they're not sure what they are because they're not, as a mom, sometimes it's the most thankless job in the world sometimes,
Yeah.
It's the food's wrong, the laundry's wrong, where Zach goes to work and he gets these awards and accolades, and I'm like, oh, that must be nice. Not that he doesn't deserve them, because he does, but teenagers aren't giving those out. Not at all.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it is a new skill to look at yourself and say, I'm good at this, or I have this to offer.
Absolutely.
But in our classes, we'll teach you how to do that.
I love that so much.
As we're wrapping up, is there any last, anything you want to add, as if someone's listening and they're on the fence of whether or not they should sign up? Any last push for that? Or
I would just say there is so much going into this, to the planning of the classes, to the execution, to the website, to wanting it to be helpful, that there is so much out there for you. What have you got to lose? Like, nothing. What could go wrong? If anything, you're going to learn new skills. You're going to meet new people who are in a similar situation as you, wanting to improve their life. And I just think we want you here.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Michelle. It's been so great to sit down with you and hear more about your background and your passion for individuals returning to work. And we're so grateful for Return and Rise and what it's giving back to the community and to individuals. Really, it's truly changing lives. And I've been able to see that in these classes and with these participants. It's such a gift.
Oh, that makes me so happy. And thank you so much for all that you've done for it. It's so beautiful to see it all come together and how it's playing out. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Thanks. If you're watching and want to learn more, go to our website, returnandrise.com, and join the class. We'd love to have you.